This video is going to cover adding in sounds and music and narration as well as subtitles onto your video. I'm going to start off by showing the state of my current video. So I've got it broken up into I've got the different slides. I've extended them out so it goes out to about 2 minutes here. And I've got my text blocks, and here I've got, you can see I've got some of my different images, and then some of the videos I've got there. And what's really nice is press Control and then scroll and kind of zoom in on the timeline here to get a better view of where things are at. Sometimes this will work with the, that's what we do. You can toggle between what you're going to zoom in on. So here I've got it toggled so that it's on zooming on the page. If I press it again, now it's going to be zooming in and out on the timeline. So that works out really well if you're trying to do some detail work or get a big view of where your project's at. For this one, we're going to be creating the voiceover. Now you can see down here there's a little add audio button. So if you don't have any audio yet, you can click on that and it gives you some options here. The other place you can find it is under Elements, and then scroll down to the categories, and we're looking for audio. And we're going to be adding in we're going to record our voiceover. First thing we're going to do is I want to drag the playhead to the beginning of the video because this voiceover will begin where we are talking. And actually I'm not going to go to the very beginning because at the very beginning, this is kind of like my thumbnail image. I'm going to start off here at about where the hook begins. I'll click on Record Voiceover. A new button shows up down here. You can see the little blue line there showing how well it's recording our audio and that it's hearing us. If it's not, click on the little gear, microphone, and choose your microphone there. Click on Record. And now I'm going to add in my hook. It's like, oh, can you believe how gross that is? And also at the same time, how satisfying it was to see that piece of the hoof being pulled away and seeing the infection that's inside so they can clean it up. My topic is cow hoof trimming. It is videos of people doing just that, trimming cows' hooves that are overgrown or fixing infections. So I'm going to continue talking through. It goes through that part. And what's nice is that you can see up here, your screen is going to change. So I'd say go through, add in your text, add in your images and your other videos in here before you record your voiceover. And that way you're able to see it as it continues along. At any point, if you need to, you can pause the video and then restart it again. And when you're done, click on finish. If you click on the trash can, it'll delete it. Now I'm leaving this going for a reason, right? I've recorded a lot of videos, and I've found what works good is don't stop every time you make a mistake. Sometimes they'll take longer restarting. Just keep going. And let's say this part I really screwed up on, but this from here on out, then it turned out great. What I'm going to do is I'll continue recording my whole voiceover. And then when you're done, you click on finish. And it'll finish processing it, and you'll see then kind of we've got like the little audio file there. Right, so let's say I screwed up on this portion here. With the clip selected, the audio part selected there, the voiceover, and I move the playhead right there, I'm going to click on this button of split. And that will then break the audio there. And I'm going to also right here. So I want to re-record just this portion. So now that I've split up my audio, I'm going to select that one, delete it, and then come back over here, and I'm going to do another voiceover now. Record voiceover, record. And what's great is that now I'm re-recording only this portion, and the rest of it that I had done previously and I really liked, I don't have to redo the whole thing. So don't feel like you have to do it all perfect in one take. No one does. All we see is the finished product at the end. That's why a lot of videos have a lot of like breaks and movements to different things. You just don't see all the editing that's happening. So that's how a lot of the video recording happens on the internet. So we've got that voiceover right there. A couple of other things you can go through is you can also add in captions, which is a lot of fun. So with this clip selected, I'm going to click on this captions. And what this does is this will put what you said into actual on-screen text. So it's not like YouTube captions or Netflix captions where you have to turn those on for the closed captioning. this is where the text will actually display on the screen, and you can edit them. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to use the big bold one. And all right, I like that. And generate captions. So that is now going through. It's going to use some AI to process the audio, turn it into text. I'm just going to click on apply style. And now, well, I guess it did it for all of it. There we go. There we go. And so we've got that text. Also, it didn't use that one. I guess I'd have to go through. I should have read what that said. But what's kind of fun about this is that it made it as actual text that is on the screen. And it's kind of synced it along with what you are saying. But because it's actual text, you can now move this around on the screen. You can even edit it, right? So with this portion, it has, and what's great is that now I'm re-recording this, and I'm going to have re-record only this portion. And like to emphasize what I'm saying, and now as I'm playing the video, it won't have all the text, it's just going to have parts. So it's a really easy way to be able to get some of that text on the screen, and you can play around with it. And then because it's actual text, you can change it to just like you would any other text on the screen as you're going through. All right, the last thing I'm going to show you now is sound effects. So you've added in your voiceover, but under, let's see, go back up to elements. If we go back into here, so we have all these other areas. If we go back into audio, there are sound effects and music and things like that. So mine is about hoof trimming, so I'm going to look for cows. I'll find a few of these. Oops. I might click it so it stays open. All right, there's my cow moo. And I'm going to add this to the beginning. So plop it down right there. Oh, no, I don't want that 29-second one. I want just this little tiny one. If you click it, it'll drop it in wherever the playhead is. If you drag it, then you can adjust it. So again, boom, it just drops it in right there. Actually, no, you know, so I'm going to do that one, and then as we're switching, right there, the transition, I'm going to have another cow moo. And again, because I've got this one selected here, let's zoom in on where that is, and now we can see of like kind of how this is playing along, so we can hear this. And also at the same time, how satisfying. There we go. So there's a lot of other things that you can adjust with this. You can fade the audio in and out. That works out great for music. You can still split these clips up. So if you go in there and you wanted to then do some music, or just simply like farm yard sounds, junkyard, or what? I don't really know. Chill music. I'm going to move my playhead to the beginning because I want to start the chill music there. And sure, let's try that. I'm just going to go ahead and drop that in. And I'm going to add beat sync. What that does is it will, with pages and elements, be automatically timed to the music. There's some great videos on YouTube that explain how that works. But I'm just going to fade this in for 1 second. And when it's done, I'm going to fade it out for 1 second as well. All right, and so now it's going to fade that music in and fade out. You can see that this music also, this is kind of a cool thing, right? Like the my video content ends a little bit after 2 seconds. You notice how this music file continues past that. It automatically stopped it right there, so that when my video items stop, that's also when the music's going to stop, and then it kind of fades out. So that's how you go through, do your voiceovers and how to edit them and adjust them as you're going along. Again, don't be hard on yourself. Do multiple takes if you want to. Feel free to go through. Just keep going. If you make a mistake, just keep going. You can always go back and then edit out the parts that you don't want and redo them. But that's one of those great things. And again, if you really mess something up, you can always click on File and then Version History and go back and make select one of your previous versions if you really screwed something up and you want to make those changes.